Hey there, Marvel fans! 2023 is a polarizing year for Marvel, but every franchise has their own moments that will definitely leave you in tears. Let's recall them in our list of 10 tragic MCU moments in 2023. First on our list is Taos Death. Taos' demise becomes a tragic moment in the MCU, symbolizing his unwavering faith in Nick Fury to secure a new home for the Skrulls, despite Fury's repeated failures in this regard. His loyalty to Fury ultimately leads to his untimely death. The disillusioned Skrull radical Gravik, tired of Fury's empty promises, aims to claim Earth as the Skrulls' new homeland. In his pursuit to aid Fury in stopping Gravik, Taos falls victim to Gravik's actions. The heartbreaking aspect of Taos' passing is that it occurs before he can witness his dream of a new home for his people come to fruition. Monica meets her mother in an alternate universe. Monica Rambeau's most heroic moment unfolds when she selflessly sacrifices herself to halt an incursion caused by the villain Dar-Benn, who tears a rift in the fabric of space and time. Monica bravely flies into the breach, sealing it from the other side, and finds herself trapped in an alternate reality, losing consciousness in the process. Although she ultimately survives, her awakening in a peculiar medical facility during a post-credits scene brings a mix of emotions. The first face she encounters is that of her mother, Maria, whom she is still mourning in her own universe. Monica is overwhelmed with joy and tears, only to realize that this version of her mother is actually a superhero named Binary, leading to a complex interplay of emotions for both characters. Captain Marvel makes a difficult choice. Kamala Khan's initial excitement about teaming up with Captain Marvel takes a heartbreaking turn during a mission at a Skrull colony. She is devastated to realize that heroism sometimes demands unimaginable choices. As Dar-Benn unleashes chaos on the colony, accusing the Skrulls of collusion with Captain Marvel, Kamala, Monica, and Captain Marvel rush to evacuate as many Skrulls as possible before the landmass collapses. Kamala experiences a moment of panic as the grim possibility arises that not all Skrulls can be saved. In a gut-wrenching decision, Captain Marvel chooses to leave some Skrulls behind, sacrificing them to ensure the safety of as many as possible, shedding light on the harsh realities of being a superhero. Maria Hill's death. Much like Taos, Maria Hill placed her trust in Nick Fury and served under him for years, only to meet her demise as a direct consequence of his shortcomings. After learning of the Skrull rebels' plan to seize control of Earth, she reaches out to Fury to help address the threat and accompanies him to the location of the Skrulls' first major planned terrorist assault in Russia. However, Fury proves incapable of preventing the attack, which puts numerous innocent lives in danger. Amid the ensuing chaos, Gravik, disguised as Fury, takes Maria's life, turning the trust that had defined their decades-long alliance into a lethal instrument. The Guardians go on their separate ways. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 stands out as one of the most emotionally charged entries in the recent MCU lineup, and its conclusion, while narratively satisfying, carries a poignant note. After surviving yet another treacherous mission to rescue a cherished friend, the Guardians come to the realization that they've entered different phases of their lives and opt to embark on separate journeys. Star-Lord relinquishes his leadership role and returns to Earth, Mantis embarks on a quest for self-discovery, and Drax and Nebula commit to raising the children they rescued from the High Evolutionary. While some of these heroes are confirmed to make future appearances in the MCU, it's disheartening to witness the original Guardians part ways, seemingly for good. Loki witnesses his friend's death. In Season 2 of his eponymous series, Loki undergoes a profound character transformation when he discovers that his true desire is not power but connection. Tragically, just as he embraces this revelation, he is confronted with the heart-wrenching sight of the people he has grown to care about disintegrating into oblivion. The temporal loom goes into chaos, overloading with a surplus of timelines and erasing everything and everyone, including the TVA. Helplessly, Loki watches as his friends fade into nothingness, and reality itself crumbles around him, leaving him in utter solitude, which is his deepest and most profound fear. Rocket's first word. Prior MCU films hinted at Rocket's harrowing past, but Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 delves deep into his tragic history, providing heart-wrenching details. It's disclosed that Rocket is among the countless animals subjected to grotesque and horrific experiments conducted by a deranged scientist named the High Evolutionary, who aimed to craft an ideal species. As a child, Rocket was imprisoned alongside other animals in the same batch. Fortunately, he found solace among a compassionate group of fellow experimented animals. However, the extent of his trauma becomes evident when he utters his first word, hurt, revealing the lasting scars of his nightmarish experiences. The TDA commits a terrible act. Since its introduction in Loki Season 1, the TVA has been portrayed as a dubious organization, shrouded in mysteries and led by heartless bureaucrats. In Season 2, the show exposes just how ruthless the TVA can be when it comes to matters beyond the sacred timeline. As Loki and his allies work to adapt the temporal loom for the inclusion of new timeline branches, the leaders of the TVA opt for a drastic approach, pruning all these newly emerging timelines, resulting in the termination of countless trillions of lives. While the horror of Thanos erasing half of all life in a single universe was catastrophic, the prospect of wiping out all life across multiple universes is an even more chilling and devastating scenario. Loki's final line. Loki's character arc in Season 2 of the series culminates in one of the most remarkable sacrifices witnessed in the entire MCU. Despite his repeated efforts to retrofit the temporal loom to accept new branches without harming the TVA, Loki discovers from He Who Remains that the loom was solely designed for the sacred timeline, rendering his attempts futile. In a desperate bid to prevent the loom from destroying the TVA and to rescue his friends, Loki selflessly sacrifices himself. He destroys the loom and grasps the wayward threads of time, preventing their decay. The conclusion of Loki Season 2 sees the titular character accepting his lonely duty at the end of time, where he holds the multiverse together. The death of Raccoon's friends. The most heart-wrenching scene from any MCU release in 2023 is depicted in one of Rocket's poignant flashbacks in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Despite enduring ongoing torment and exploitation by the High Evolutionary, Rocket discovers solace in envisioning a brighter future for himself and his friends, who craft an escape plan that tragically unravels during execution. These dreams are brutally crushed when the High Evolutionary murders Rocket's childhood companions, leaving Rocket emotionally shattered. Fueled by rage, he retaliates against the scientist before fleeing in a spaceship. Witnessing the group's boundless excitement at the prospect of breaking free from the High Evolutionary's grasp and embracing newfound freedom amplifies the devastating impact of their lives being ruthlessly snuffed out. This ends our list. Which MCU moment tugged your heartstrings? Marvel will definitely give us more heartbreaks in the upcoming Phase 5. I'll be sure to have my tissues ready for that. If you have any other MCU moments or topics you'd like us to cover in the future, please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting comic content.